Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now I wanted to do a predictions video regarding where I think the main characters for Daredevil Born Again will end up by the end of this first season, with the episode coming out on Wednesday. So let's start off with Matt Murdoch. Obviously he's going to survive, there's a season 2. The thing I'm wondering is, what exactly is he going to be doing this episode? He's going to have to chase after Bullseye and try to stop him. However, he's just been shot and it didn't seem like the type of thing that you can just brush off. However, since it's the last episode, they might have to be unrealistic and do it. I think Daredevil will chase after Bullseye, Bullseye will be chasing after Kingpin, and Kingpin will be chasing after Daredevil, and this will probably result in Kingpin getting his task force to attack Daredevil. And I think this is how the Punisher helps out Daredevil, as we all know they have a team up on the way. We know it was going to happen in season 1, and this is the final episode. By the end of all that task force stuff, I'm pretty sure we will have basically a triple threat match between Daredevil, Bullseye and Kingpin, and I think the three will accidentally kill Vanessa in the crossfire, which enrages Kingpin obviously. I don't think any of these three characters will lose the final fight, but as I've said before, Matt Murdoch has to lose somehow. It's a season finale, he needs his Empire Strikes Back moment of losing, but still being alive and not losing a fight. So I believe that with Kingpin being so angry about Vanessa dying, Kingpin will reveal Daredevil's identity to the media. This will lead Matt Murdoch going into hiding, and his first stop could potentially be New Jersey, where he'll have a family dinner with a certain Mr. Kwon, and then he'll get to meet Miss Marvel. As for Bullseye, he will be on the run regardless because of the whole Kingpin hates the Vigilantes thing. I think Kingpin's task force will focus on taking out all Vigilantes going into season 2. Ultimately, this will probably lead Daredevil to have to create his own group of Vigilantes, which will allow us to see the return of characters like Jessica Jones and all the Netflix people. I'd personally add Moon Knight in there, but that's just me. As for the Punisher, I think he's just going to be chilling. He has his own show coming up as well, so I assume this will tie into the whole White Tiger's death. It ties into the whole police using his logo. It will probably tie into the police, the detectives, Kingpin's task force, the whole hierarchy, and seeing all the problem that all of this brings in general to New York, and it will explain that aspect a lot more, which is why Daredevil seems to just have skipped over that whole plot. Now let's talk about it from Kingpin's perspective. I've said in multiple reviews that we need Vanessa to die, or she just needs to leave, which I doubt she will. But in order to see Kingpin shine, she has to be out of the picture. He's been bossed around and just become a clown because he simps heavy for Vanessa. It's been cringe all round. But anyways, her death would allow us to see a more ruthless and aggressive version of Kingpin going forwards. One that doesn't care about anyone at all in terms of honouring his deals, his promises, whether it's as a mayor or as a human. I do believe he will take over from Vanessa again in terms of the whole mob boss role, and he'll merge it in with his mayor of New York responsibilities. He has the control of his own task force. He has the control of the crime bosses. He has the control of the media. He's manipulated a lot of rich people, as we saw in episode 8. He literally controls the city from every aspect possible. All of these pieces coming together are what makes him a bigger threat than ever before. Add in this new potential mindset from Vanessa's death, and it all leads to his power growing as he becomes the dictator of New York City. Let's move on to Vanessa, who I've said she needs to die. I've been saying all along that in order for Kingpin to really be Kingpin, she needs to go. She bosses him around, she acts more like Kingpin than Kingpin himself, and I think her death would allow us to just move on and make Kingpin the primary focus for Daredevil going forwards. I still believe that Vanessa is plotting against Kingpin, and she'll try to betray him but will probably fail. I've not really liked her character since she just gets praised, glazed, and faces no consequences when things go wrong. There's definitely something that's not adding up, which is why I'm hating on her even more. Something's just not right. I think they're hiding another secret, and it will be part of some sort of shock reveal at the end. I do believe we'll see 2 shock reveals by the end of this episode, and one will obviously be Matt Murdoch's identity reveal, but I'm not sure about the other, but I do think it involves Vanessa because something's not adding up with her. The next character is Heather, and I think she will just leave the city by the end of this show. She will 100% find out that Matt is Daredevil, whether it's by herself or whether it's my theory about Kingpin revealing Daredevil's identity. Either way, she's too stubborn about Vigilantes to give Matt a chance, and honestly, good riddance, because after how annoying she became in episode 8, I don't want to see her again. The way she glazes Kingpin, I wouldn't be surprised if she joined his ranks, but overall my point is she will no longer speak to Matt, like Matt, none of that stuff. Next up is Karen and Foggy. Now, I think Karen may return once she hears about the shooting that happened at the end of episode 8. This also allows her to just fill in for Heather's role going forwards. As for Foggy, a lot of people have been speculating and theorizing that Foggy is still alive. People have said that Bullseye doesn't miss, and the fact he headshot all the other victims that night, apart from Foggy, shows that this is all planned by Vanessa and that Foggy could still be alive. As much as I would like to see Foggy return, his death is the reason why Matt Murdock stopped being the Daredevil, and it was a huge part of the first half of the season. So if he just returns, it will feel like that first half of the season was for no reason, and that script basically just forced character development on Matt Murdock. However, as I always say, if the writing's done well, then they can make any situation make sense and have purpose. So I'm not completely against that idea, but they need to write it well. I think all the people at the law firm will practically become irrelevant, as the new directors probably didn't want them, and they've been eliminating and writing off all the characters they don't want going forwards, including Heather. So this would also fit in with the theory of Matt Murdock having his identity exposed, because he wouldn't be able to go back to work. So bye bye law firm, which after episode 8 was already looking more likely after that last dispute between Daredevil and his assistant. I don't know her name and I don't care about her. Lastly is Angela. Now I do believe she will become the White Tiger. They either give her the necklace or just something to signify that passing of the torch moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if Matt introduces her to Miss Marvel or something like that. But there's a lot of potential with this character and is one that I look forward to seeing in season 2. But yeah, overall, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What are your predictions? What do you think will happen going forwards in this episode and in season 2? I'd appreciate if you could hit that like button, sub to the channel, and thank you for your time.